everybody.
How's everyone doing tonight? As you can see, things are a little different tonight. Shan, unfortunately, is a little indisposed, so she couldn't make it tonight. And tomorrow's What's Brewing episode is canceled. Um, but it's me and Jamal tonight. We've taken over the show, and it's viewer's choice. Like, you could call in and ask any question that you want. Please forgive because this is my first time doing this. Yes, I'm using that as an excuse.
Exactly.
I just dropped the link. Anybody who wants to call in, ask Jamal a question, please feel free to do so.
Perfect.
Tonight, we just want to ease some anxiety, have a good time, chit chat, flap those gums for just an hour.
Hey, Black Lavender. Hey, Lauren.
Hi.
Hey, Stephanie.
Oh, should we wait? We have to go through and do the roll call, or do we want to let more people come in first?
Well, let's let everyone get in, and we can just start start off. So I think this morning, I caught up on Love After Lockup. Did you happen to see this week's episode?
Yes, I saw a majority of it.
Okay, so can we talk about Heather? Like, I don't know what's wrong with the little girl. Like, what's like if I were Dylan, I'd be so scared to be anywhere near her because the way she was driving and the way she was talking to him. I was like, are you serious?
Listen, I was wondering what happened to her car. Now I understand what happened to her car. It was Heather having a total like attack, and it comes out of nowhere. It is flared up over nothing, and she is just really violent. Like, you saw her beating on the console of the car and slamming the door. Like, that front fender part of her car is demolished. The hood doesn't even close properly anymore.
No, it was all beat up. I'm like, what did you do? I'm like, no.
When we first saw that car, when she went to pick up Dylan at the prison, it wasn't that banged up.
It wasn't that banged up.
It wasn't. Like, damn. I'm really fearful for his life.
At least he understands like what kind of trouble he's in now. He's like, okay, Heather may not be the right person because she's gonna have him back in jail. That's my concern for him because the way she's driving, I mean, they could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's on parole out one day. I'm like, dude, I'm like, get out, run.
I think she prefers Dylan in jail because she has more control over Dylan when he's incarcerated. But now that he's out, in her head, I think she sees competition.
She does. Like, she was like concerned about her, like, what, 89-year-old Aunt Diane? Come on now.
Yes, on the oxygen.
Yeah, you're upset with your aunt on oxygen. Got it.
But is it bad that I thought that Aunt Diane would put some on him?
No, I mean, it's just like, it's not something I want to think about ever, but I think it's highly...
She'd be better than Heather.
Right.
Because oxygen sex is better than crazy sex.
Right. And he's like, if crazy were good, then we had good sex. I'm like, ouch. Ouch. And can we go to Chevelle and Quaylen? I was mad at Chevelle. I'm like, you need to calm down.
Okay. This was what I noticed the most out of that entire segment of the show. What happened to his hair? Like, you saw when the roots were all frizzed out and everything like was all out. Like, that's how I imagined him coming out of jail. But he came out of jail freshly done.
He said he did it himself. He had a lot of time to learn.
I don't believe that.
Me neither.
I think Ray helped him with his hair every day.
Hey. But she just made me so mad. Like, ma'am, his family hasn't been with him for 12 years. You probably have more contact with him than they have. So he wants to go visit his family in Houston. Let that man go. And if he don't come back, then it wasn't real. But he wouldn't be taking my truck, though. I'll put it that way.
Well, my thing is, like, only his mom came up for his release, right? His mom and his sister?
Yes, his mom, and I think it was his oldest sister.
Okay, so then he needs to go and see the rest of his family that he's been away from for over a decade. Like she can't be that selfish and she can't be that insecure. If the man is meant to come back to you, he will come back to you.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you just show insecurity when you don't trust your man. I mean, like, why would he come back to that?
Yeah.
So he bought a one-way ticket. I mean, he said he'd come back. You have to believe him. Like, if you didn't believe in him, then you wasted about 2 years on someone who was in jail.
No, but no, like she can't go based on the one-way ticket. And here's why. I
But that's
have
what
a
she.
friend
That's
who only books one-way tickets
right.
because it's cheaper for her, you know.
But in her mind, one way means you're not coming back. That's where her mind went, and that's what he was trying to explain to her. Like, you can't think that way.
Yeah.
You can't
Oh
think that
gosh.
way. And I don't know. Like, this next couple. Oh, your
Which
girl,
one?
your boy Sean. What's proposing?
Sean and Destiny.
Yeah, I want to punch him in the
I
face.
I think he likes to be abused, honestly. Like mentally, I think he likes torture from Destiny. I don't know why he would want to marry her. Um I don't know. I don't know about his relationship with his children's mother. But it had to have been good if you put 6 on her.
6,
And why
6.
didn't you marry her? Or at least ask to marry her with
Right.
all of those children. Like you were there for at least 10 years if you have 6 kids.
20. Often he said he said they've been together off and on 20 years.
Oh my God.
Off and on for 20 years and 6 kids. I'm like, really?
I don't understand the attraction to Destiny. I just don't. She,
Maybe she's exciting to him.
I don't know.
He
I
seems
don't
kind of
know.
he does seem kind of like a milk toast. So for him, Destiny may be like exciting.
Being broke is exciting because within 2 months he's going to be dead broke.
I think in his mind, she would come out, be grateful to have a nice place to stay, maybe take care of the house, break him off a little bit, and then they would go out and have dinner at the buffet. I think that's in his mind. That's the way he was thinking. He wasn't thinking like,
Yeah.
you, ma'am, you just came out the joint and you got these kind of expensive takes. You going gambling every day at the casino?
Yeah. Like $500-600 a day at the slots adds up. That's a
Well,
lot.
I just like to sit here and just see what happens. Look, you could do that at home and just do Wheel of Fortune on your phone and see what happens.
What if he bought her a slot machine like Debbie?
Debbie,
Yeah, just put a slot machine in the house and let her sit there all day with penny slots.
TLC, we need to do a crossover where Destiny and Debbie meet and have like lunch at the local IHOP.
No, this is what we need to do. We need to trademark a 90-Day Fiance penny slot and sell it.
I think that would work. I think that would work. Most definitely.
You switch
Because,
one addiction for meth
right.
for penny slots.
Exactly. And my whole thing is, why would you want to be with someone who can't have a bank account or credit cards in their own name? That's a
I
red flag,
know.
sir. You can have no financials in your own name. Okay.
I can't even feel bad for him anymore.
No, I don't.
I just can't. I want him to go broke. I want him to be homeless. And I want his children to look at him and pick him up out of the gutter and, I don't know, give him a flea bath.
Right? Isn't it insane to think though that she's spending $500 to $600 a day of your money on slots, but your baby's mother has to shop for them at secondhand store?
I know. I know.
I can't wrap my head around that.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that you feel comfortable going into massive debt because I don't think he has any ready cash. Not at all. Just his paycheck coming in,
Yeah,
it's only cash. I think he's like running up credit card debt on this girl.
has to be.
And I don't understand why you think that's okay to give her all of that, but your own flesh and blood, your children. And then I don't understand her attitude towards Kelly. Kelly's the mother of the children, correct?
Yes.
Like, I don't understand her attitude towards that woman. Like, you've never even spoken.
Right. Exactly. Just because he lied to you doesn't mean she's a bad person.
I don't know. If you're taking the man, you got to take his kids and the mother of those children. You have to make it
You have
work.
to. I
It's
mean,
weird.
she's always gonna be around. She'll be there. She was there before you. She'll be there after you. So you need to respect her. And Sean needs to make Destiny respect her. And if she can't respect the mother of your children, she's got to go.
Yeah.
I don't care how you feel. She's got to go because no one should ever disrespect the mother or father of your children, no matter what you go through. It can't happen. No.
I totally agree. So wait,
go ahead.
do you want to check and see? We've got 20 people in the room now. Do you want to go through and just say hi to everybody real quick?
Yeah. I see. Hi. I hope it's Grine. I see Stephanie. I see Black Lavender. Hey guys. Laura Marie, Soapnut Kathy, Angela. Good to see you. Hey Christy. Yes, Southern Charm will get you hooked. Like told you, it was really really good. Our queen is here. Love it. Shan, see you. Hope you're feeling better. Hey Robin J. Hey SM. Good to have you. Gina Maxey. Of course. Love you. Trey. Good to see you. Who else we have up in here? JC Baird, glad you can make it. So we're going over a multitude of shows. So sit back and enjoy. C Cruz, good to see you again. Who else we got? Who else? Project Skyfalls, always good to see you.
Yay.
Love to see you guys. So Debbie, I think we should go to next. This whole Erica and Tom pending divorce thing. I think we got to talk about it. I think we got to talk about it
because we were talking about it earlier in I think Adam's
Hey Lola, welcome.
Hi. So I think we were discussing financials.
Oh,
we weren't discussing relationship. We were discussing financials.
It's about the financials.
I firmly believe that Tom does not have the bank accounts that he once did. He's had a lot of litigation against him over the past couple of decades. And as you said, not all went in his favor. He got reduced judgments, but still, crumbs add up to cookies.
True.
And if he's so focused on defending himself or getting attorneys to defend him, where is he finding the time to defend others? And I don't think anybody is going to be asking him to be their attorney if he's in so much litigation regarding his own affairs. That's just my thing.
Right. So I think JC Baird has a very good point. What about offshore accounts to hide money? I wouldn't put it past him. He's a lawyer. He's good at the finagle, so I cannot get mad at him for that. But after seeing a lot of other people's thoughts, how long? See if you can follow me on this one. I hope you can. So how long has Erica been on the show? Like 5, 6, 7 years now, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Season 6 or 7? Yolanda's last season, I think. Probably that's about what 5 years, right? So, do we think Tom has been hiding assets since Erica's been on the show?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Going with that logic, isn't this divorce kind of convenient for Erica? Because according to Dorit, there's a statute of limitation of transfer of assets of 5 years. This being outside of that 5-year mark, wouldn't the divorce be quite nice for both of them at this point?
I think the divorce is more important for her than it is for him, because if his assets are being depleted, she needs to secure any settlements that she agreed to in any prenuptials or postnuptial agreements. Hopefully he put it in a trust at the time the agreements were set so that they could not be touched. That's my hope.
But see, I'm looking for the angle of that you transfer the asset. You're transferring the assets. You divorce, but you guys still stay together. You split the assets later. You transfer them back to Tom, like maybe a year or two afterwards.
I think that they have. If it were me and he transferred assets to me, I would have started spending them.
Well, assets is not money per se. It's generally like stocks, bonds,
You can
maybe
cash them
some
out.
maybe some cash.
You can cash them out.
I don't think if he like with the money he was dealing with, I don't think um you would cash out those bonds at this time. I don't think this is not the right time to be cashing out stocks right now. This is more of a buying time, I think, than a selling time. I could be wrong, but this is the way I see it.
Right, but who's to say that they haven't been doing this for years and catching
True.
the market at the right point?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Because like you said, I think this ties into her going on the show because she kept on stressing how she was the one who paid for everything for her with regards to Erica Jane and it wasn't Tom.
Hmm.
She protested a little bit too much with that.
Hmm.
I think he funded her in a lot of that in order to move money from one area to another.
I'm gonna be nosy real quick. Sorry, guys. I gotta look at this real quick.
Oh, and I just want to say one thing, Angela, if you're still there, please call back in. Please forgive me. I'm still trying to figure this out. I saw that you had came up, but call back in. And Ablavi, I see you there. Do you want me to bring up Ablavi?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, wait. Add to stream. There we go.
Hey, again.
So I am like so happy this election cycle is done because I love politics, but like I'm sick of it. But I know in 4 years I'm going to be back into it.
Yes, as we all should. Actually, anytime that there is an election, midterms or special elections that are called outside of the 4-year presidential cycle, I think we should be involved because don't wait for just the presidential cycle to share your voice. What's most important are your local officials, your dog catcher, your sheriff, your district attorney, who you send to your state legislature. Like that's what matters most importantly to you on a day-to-day basis. And that's all I'm saying about elections. I'm not saying anything more.
I'm going to be happy whoever's president. I refuse to get mad.
That's one way to look at it.
I can't say the same, Ablavi. I want to be on a higher level with you, but I just can't. I'm old and bitter and disgusting. As somebody has, said earlier, I'm dirty. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I'm not ignoring you. Well, I'm trying to figure out whose name is on Erica's house. I'm nosy. I just want to know.
Hey, Angela, thanks for calling back in.
I had to go pee.
How are you tonight?
I just wanted to say that I miss Tamra.
You miss Tamara? Oh. She was all over the first episode. Everyone was calling her name.
Everybody, she's like the most popular. How was she not on the show and the most popular OC housewife?
Because she's irritating, like a hemorrhoid.
Well, at least she kept things going. Like she kept the pot stirring, and she sat back and had her hands were clean, and she now it's just gone.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, her hands weren't really clean because they always knew it was her before the end of the season. So she always got caught. But I still like her though. I'm not mad at her.
But somehow I don't even think Tamara or Vicky. First of all, you were supposed to bring both of them back. I don't think they can save OC. Like OC is it's just boring. It's blah. Like I'm not interested. I tried. I really did try. Even the alcoholism couldn't bring me back in.
You know what it is? They have too many boring women. They have boring New York and boring OC. It's too many.
Yeah, like, can we be honest? Can we just call a thing? Do we really care about any of the women on the OC? Can we be honest?
No.
Because okay, let's talk about let's just go in. Let's talk about Gina. Ma'am, no one is talking about the money you don't have. We know you are the brokest OC housewife. People's question about your condo that you do own, and I'm happy for you, is why did you buy such a small space for your man and y'all 6 kids? No one's talking about the cost of the condo. They're talking about the size of the condo, and with good reason. 8 people in what? 3 bedrooms?
Even the Brady Bunch house was bigger.
Yeah. I just have a problem with him being in there.
Yes.
My thing is, if it was going to be 6 of them, they should have pooled their resources or their finances and bought something a little bit larger. It could have been a townhome in the same development,
Right.
just a little bit bigger. I mean, that's a lot of people. Like, he has 3 kids, she has 3 kids, and then the two, like, that's, wait, have I counted the kids right? I don't know.
I thought it was 3 and 3. I heard 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well,
that's a lot of people for that size house.
Yes.
I mean,
well,
that's one
her
reason.
boys have to. They
Go
have
ahead,
to
Angie.
share their space that they never had to.
Oof.
But this is the thing. I'm curious if she bought it in cash or she has a mortgage. Because if she bought it in cash, she should have just bought a bigger house and had a mortgage. If she
Right.
needs a mortgage, then I can see why she bought that. Because she should be making 400,000 to 500,000 a year. And so with that, you say she takes home about 300,000, right?
Right.
Maybe she doesn't live in um, the nicest part of the OC, but I know there are parts that are maybe a little bit farther from the beach that she could find a deal that she can fix up. But that house is a no go.
She couldn't depend on paying a mortgage because she's going to be gone soon. Um, her OC paycheck is about to run out.
Mm-hmm.
Quite
That's fair.
honestly, the house is suitable for her and her kids,
Yes.
not the man and his brood. I think that's my biggest issue.
Yeah.
Because if you are contributing to this family, y'all should have been able to pool your funds and get a bigger place. I'm feeling like he's not contributing to this. So why are you there?
Well, I mean, first of all, Gina needs to get a job. I hate to say it, but she needs to
Yes.
get a job, and she needs to get a job quickly. If it's selling flat tummy tea, if it's lying and selling things that we don't need, being a car salesman, selling makeup, doing Mary Kay, she needs a job.
Mm-hmm. I agree
Maybe
with that.
maybe some Avon, some Amway, sell something.
Yeah.
Why doesn't she go and train to become a yoga teacher? Like, they make good money out there. She has the time. She goes to the classes, and maybe she'll,
Even selling diapers.
But
No.
she has a degree. She needs to do something because my fear with Gina is she's gonna have that condo. She has
Mhm,
that man that's not working. She doesn't have any cash revenue. If they cut the season 10 episodes, did they cut their pay in half?
mhm,
It's per episode.
yep,
So if you're making 500, you're making 250 now, right? You can't do any promotion. I mean,
mhm.
maybe she make a fans only.
Nobody wants to see that because remember she admitted that she's not in the best of shape. She can't even get her what do you call them? The extensions looking good. Nobody wants to see that. We don't even want to tune in on Wednesdays.
Listen, if Cole can do it, Gina can do it.
No.
So I'm just
And people
reading.
tune into Colt only in the hopes of seeing him tonguing down Debbie. That's it.
That's true. So I'm
Mhm.
looking at Gina's bio. I'm like, there's no mention of a job, and it looks like her main storyline is going to be her small apartment. So we can just bypass her now. Next.
Can we talk about Erica again? You
Mhm.
know what? She better be careful with this divorce. Her husband is no joke of an attorney.
Mhm.
No joke. I don't think she's going to get anything out of that marriage. I really like men like him. They don't waste money on a young tulip and do that. Men like him have his assets in his children.
Mhm.
He has assets in other countries. He has it in his grandchildren's name. He'll say he's worth
Mhm.
nothing. And, you know, or if he doesn't like, and I don't think she'll get anything.
Well, here's the thing, Jamal, I told you this earlier, that with all of this litigation against him and all of these reduced judgments that he's paid, if he has deflated his net worth, this is the perfect time to cash out, you know,
True.
and say, look, this is all I can break off for you, Erica. Good luck, you know, and even if he gives her that old house, right?
Stop.
She
She's not
can't
getting
afford to keep that up.
She's not gonna get it because he's had the house since the 70s. So that
Mm-hmm.
house would not be marital asset.
But no, that's why I said, even if he gave it to her, she won't get a good price on it. She can't afford upkeep of that old dilapidated ramshackle shack.
Now the
Like,
shack is cute.
it's
Gina could use the shack. Let's not
I
hold
don't
them up.
know. I don't
So
think she'll get what she wants
So
for
hey
it.
guys, here's a quote. Here's a quote. So it says from Eric. This is from Erica. I don't have a prenup. Erica 49 said during an appearance on Andy Cohen's Then and Now in 2017. A prenup wouldn't stand in his way anyway. So it doesn't matter whether you had one or you didn't. It's going to be all Tom's way. I assure you. He'll rip that piece of paper into shreds in 2 seconds.
She ain't getting nothing. If she doesn't have a prenup, she ain't getting nothing.
She said
Well,
as
wait,
much
wait, wait.
a while ago. She said that even if she had a prenup, it wouldn't mean nothing against Tom Girardi. He would shred that to pieces.
That's true, but I think that's just an excuse. And she played into his hands, like the slick old time lawyer that he is. Good
Mm-hmm.
for him.
81 years old. He can't be that slick.
He is.
No, he's good. Like
He is.
he stole this widow's money. He's of a $300,000 settlement. He done stole allegedly $250,000. So he's good.
Those were attorney fees, billable hours.
But you know, if we're talking about marriages who need to watch out, what's
Mhm.
homegirl Dorit gonna do?
I mean, like they've been broke together this long, so I just don't see her going anywhere. But because of Bobby, all of her clothes are like pretty much rented, right? Consignment or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
So she's not paying for her clothes. Bravo's probably paying for her house. I mean, PK consults does something.
But all right, I kind of feel like Dorit is a gold digger that could have done better.
Yes, I completely agree with you.
Mhm.
She, out of all the girls, could have gotten a billionaire.
Yes.
Yeah, but with better breasts. Like she could have gotten a better boob job.
You know
No, I
what?
think
What?
it's a
Go
nose
ahead.
job.
No, but her breast job is bad. I don't like her breasts. They don't look natural at all. They ride a little bit too high on her chest.
Hmm.
Like she should have gotten the teardrop to make it more natural.
But she don't want to look natural. She want to be a Pamela Anderson.
So real quick, guys. So Satavia Major, how y'all don't know about community property? She won't get half, but she gets some alimony. Yes, she will get alimony. I'm looking. I'm trying to figure out how much alimony she gonna get. So I'm working on. I'm working
You
on that
can't get
research.
nothing for nothing. And what I really fear with Dorit has to be really careful with how PK and his business partners are always opening up these LLCs and getting the houses through them. But her name is the only one that's actually tied to them.
Yeah.
Right.
And I worry about her getting caught up in something that she has absolutely no business being caught up in.
True.
And
I think.
also, Miss Kyle has to worry too, because it seems like her and Mauricio they in danger too.
So for Dorit, real quick, I'm gonna hit on Dorit. So with Dorit, I think she got with PK because right before his downfall, he was a billionaire. So she figured, let me get in on the ground floor of the resurgence of PK, and we should be cool. But there's been no resurgence.
Wasn't Kylie Jenner a billionaire too? Not.
Oh, that was but no, because they found out that she actually inflated her numbers in her cosmetics
You know what?
company.
Anybody look, our own president been inflating his numbers and deflating his numbers for different business deals. Like,
But but according to the
we do it all
people,
the time.
but according to the people, allegedly the people she sold her company to want their money back.
Of course, because it wasn't worth nothing in the beginning.
Well, this
Like,
is
Right.
the thing with Kylie. I think she's gonna be a Beverly Hills housewife one day. I just have this thing that she'll do reality again,
Oh yeah, she
simply
will.
because I think it's gonna be very hard for them, even though they don't think their reality show makes them a lot of money. It does. It's a lot of free promo, and social media just does not have the same range. So I think they're making a mistake, but we'll see.
Angela, what do you think? Do you think Kylie should come on a show like Housewives?
No, I wouldn't watch Kylie. I don't even watch the Kardashian. I am an avid Kardashian fan, but I don't watch it for Kylie.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree
Kylie
with you
doesn't
on that.
interest me.
Exactly.
I
Mm-hmm.
think but all the women are boring. So why not bring somebody who's boring and has 100 million followers that will just watch? If you get 5 million, your ratings shoot up.
Does Kylie talk?
No,
Like
but they buy her.
Yeah,
They don't care.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to see that. No.
Let's go back. I want to go back to Blavie and her Kyle situation. What's going on? I want to know what's going on with Kyle. Now,
Okay, so the
let's take it
streets are
back.
talking.
Let's take it
The
back.
streets are talking. The California streets are talking, and they said that Kyle and Mauricio are in big time money trouble.
Well,
They
Mhm.
said
yes.
that Mauricio had to close his business.
Yep.
All his business went back to
Rick.
Kathy's husband's
Rick. Yep.
business.
I remember that.
So, okay, this is the thing about those Hiltons, right? Their money is kind of messed up too. And that's thanks to Paris. Because when Paris had her little tape, her grandfather cut them off the will. So they're not getting his money. It's going to charity. And those are the billions. Yes,
Mhm.
billions. Because remember, her grandfather was, what's that woman's name who was married 10 million times? Elizabeth Taylor
Elizabeth
was,
Taylor.
Yeah.
that was her first husband. You know, filthy rich. She
Didn't he
messed up
just
a family
pass away?
like a few years ago. So, okay. So the word on the street is that Mauricio likes the lady pine and the male pine. But they say Kyle was aware of this from the beginning.
Not
They
surprised.
they said that Kyle stays with Mauricio because she doesn't know what she's going to do because she picked her husband and not her family. Because if you remember, her mother was the original Kris Jenner.
Oh
Her
yeah.
mother pimped out those girls and made
Yep.
sure they all married well.
Yep.
Because what people don't realize about Kim is she married several really wealthy men.
Yep.
Mhm.
They also say that when Kathy and her husband got married, the grandfather wasn't too pleased because he didn't really think highly of Kathy. So she has that interaction because
Mhm.
although she had money, she wasn't bluebell society. She is an
You're right.
old money.
She wasn't from an established family.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Paris because they said allegedly Paris has caused much embarrassment of the family, but they've cleaned up their act with Nikki because she's married to the
A
original
Rothschild.
robbers of the world, the Rothschild. And you need to know who that is.
Stop. Not the original Robert.
The original robbers. And if you want to know who that is,
Oh.
those are the people who paid for World War One, World War Two, the Civil War. They got so much money. They are what people call the establishment. They run everything. If you think, if what is a rich family in America? If you think of Bezos, they're Bezos times 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Most definitely. That's why Nikki.
So,
That's why when Nikki slid up on the yes, go Nikki, get that.
well, but Nikki was looked at as lowbrow too because remember, Nikki one never finished school. Nikki two, was the ugly of the sister, but she married very well. She was friends with Petra Eccleston. Oh, and she's scandalous too.
Oh, Petra. Oh, we know. Man,
Remember
you,
Nikki's first marriage?
Yes,
Like, I don't think that was looked on very highly.
it
but
wasn't.
he was money, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know who messed up? Lindsay Lohan. Had she had not been
Yeah.
such a young garden tool, she could have married well.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
So
She was
that's what
supposed to marry well. Because
yeah,
she's
that's
in
what
that.
I,
Go ahead.
go
Sorry.
ahead.
She was in because Lindsay was in that crowd. She was up and
Mm-hmm.
coming. She was pretty much it. But then for some reason, like she let her parents ruin her career. I'm sorry. It's called a thing. Her parents messed up their whole fortune.
I think she messed up because she couldn't take the drugs. I really think she was sexually assaulted. And, I'm not trying to be funny. And I think that's the problem with these young kids. I think they're in those, sexual cult rings that they have up there. I believe everybody's part of it. Everybody, Disney, Nickelodeon, everybody. And I think they take the drugs to get away from the abuse. And I think with Lindsay, it was okay when she can do movies, but some people have different effects to the drugs, and she just
Mm.
couldn't get off of it.
I have a question for you, Bobby. So, do you think the reason why these little young girls are messing up so much is because now you have parents who want to be famous, like their children, versus the big Catholics of yesteryear, where they actually were in the background, but they were pulling the strings?
Well, I mean, I'm really worried about these kids on Instagram simply because I don't think they have the Instagram, the TikTok, and the YouTube. I don't think they're going to be a Perez Hilton. I don't think they're going to have longevity. And I think people have to remember when you make your career out of YouTube, especially when you make it out of it young, people always say, oh, why would you spend that money? We all would. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I was young, I spent $2,000 on nothing, thought I was rich, blew it in Mexico, had to call my parents and take a Greyhound back to the States.
Right. It's just like they're not investing their money into real estate. They're not
But you're
opening up
young.
businesses.
You
I
don't want
mean,
to do that. You want the sports car. You want the Ferrari. You want to live in the mansion. You think the money's gonna last forever. You're 19 and it came like this. It has to last.
But you see what you're saying, Ablavi? This is why I can't be totally against Kris Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as these girls get two nickels to rub together, she's telling them go invest in real estate. Get a business and
Well,
put your name on it and try to hawk it. Like she's all about setting up so that they have a cushion somewhere because money isn't guaranteed to last forever.
no, but they're different. They went after fame. And that's going to be their downfall because they went after fame. That's why they use those stupid athletes. And I'm for it I don't feel bad for none of those men. There's no curse. They're dumb. Take all their money. No shame here. I'm for it. Be a scammer. Take every single penny. Put your witch magic on it and whatever they do. I ain't mad at them. The problem with the Kardashians is they made a business plan that they cannot upkeep. You cannot sell beauty being an old garden tool. That's a young girl's game, and an old woman will never be able to beat it. So because they're in their 40s now, when they
mhm,
start getting 45, it's so long you can act stupid. That's why Paris has had to change her image. She's getting
mhm,
40 and talking like she's 19.
Mm-hmm.
mhm. That's fair. No, that's completely fair. But we have to give Kris Jenner her props for planning for the future. She had this plan out for the beginning. I'm like, you did, you didn't took
I
these
will give her
girls.
for one. I will give her credit for Kylie. Because out of all the girls, Kylie was the hardest to make a star because she has no personality, she has very low self esteem, and she's very boring to look at. And I give her credit for Chloe. She saw that America likes an ugly duckling turning into a swan, and she capitalized on that. I will give her credit for those two only.
But the thing is, though, like, think about it, she had to do all of that, like herself, and try to keep Kim under control as much as she could. So she set up her whole family, and I'm like, ma'am, people talk about you, but I would be like, man,
But
you
at
did
what
the thing.
cost though? Because you have to remember, we call them garden tools all the time. They go to events and everybody is talking negatively about you. Even though you have money, remember, she didn't get invited to anything until she married Kanye. She
Fair,
wasn't A-less until she got Kanye. And the
yes,
only reason, and that's the only man, she's not going to divorce Kanye because it's not good for her brand. If she
right,
divorced Kanye, she's done.
most definitely. I mean, I'm not doubting that. What I'm saying is, Chris took less than stellar talent
Hmm.
and coached them into a reality TV force. that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from that angle because that's a hell of a business move to be able to do that. Like
I agree, Jamal.
your girls aren't that
Especially,
really that talented. They don't sing, act, dance. They can't do it like they can't do like a Lorianne Gibson and Boom Cat 8 count. They can't do none of that. But they're relevant in reality TV and have been so for 19 seasons. And for her to single-handedly guide their careers, I mean, like she turned Rob Kardashian into relevance for a cool year or two. I mean, if you can do that, I mean, let's call a thing a thing.
Hold on, Jamal. Angela, did you want to say something? Did you want to chime in?
Chris is the driving force behind all of their success.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that and a sex tape. But
Well,
Well,
I mean,
don't forget, she also reinvented the Wheaties guy, her second husband, Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
What's it? Bruce.
Caitlin,
Yeah, well, yeah. But no, back when he was
Bruce. Okay.
she's his fourth wife. He was going broke
Mm-hmm.
and trying to transition all at the same time. And she turned all of that around and made him a money generating public speaker with
Mm-hmm.
of relevance.
Yes.
So
I
she
will give
got practice on him. And then the
I
kids
will
came
give her
along.
credit. She did well for her daughters. However, they say is fame is a roller coaster. You
Hmm.
go up,
Hmm.
when you come down hard. And I'm not sure she's given her children the coping mechanisms to deal with not being famous. She's a great mother when you're famous. But how is
Hmm.
she going to be when they're not in the tabloids? Because it
Mm.
happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can definitely see that. I can see your point there because they've been famous for so long. This is their identity. What's gonna happen when that fame kind of just goes away? No, that's a very good point. I mean,
Like some people will be fine. Like
right.
Courtney will be fine because she's not that interesting. Nobody really cares.
Hmm.
Kendall will be fine because I mean she act like she hates fame already. But some people that really need it, like Kim, she really needs it.
Hmm.
Kylie, she really needs it. Chloe, she really needs it.
I
When are they
don't
gonna?
see them coming out of the spotlight for anything anytime soon. Um, Keeping up with the Kardashians for the last 10 years has only been a portion of their fame. I don't see once that show ends, them dimming their light much.
But
Yeah,
you
but
have to
they
remember, you have to remember
no.
Britney Spears. See, I think they're like Britney. Remember, there was a time with Britney, and I'm gonna say she had 10 to 12 years where Britney was always in the press. Britney was that girl. All of a sudden, the deterioration with her started when she had those kids and got married. And with Britney, she's just never been able to pop back up.
No, I
Mhm.
mean when she got married, which we all screamed at her, "Don't do it," and she had the kids with him. We said, "Don't do it." She just never fully recovered because even when she came back, we were just like, man, she can't dance anymore. Because which I mean, I think back to her song "Work
Hmm.
B," and I watched it. I'm like, you are so stiff, and you're about a count and a half behind too.
They
No,
rushed her back too soon.
too soon.
Hmm.
And I think they did it for money as opposed to longevity. They
Yes.
were trying to catch a quick dollar instead of trying to get her back to 100% and then like trot her back out. That's why the residency at Vegas was the best thing that could have ever happened to Britney. It was a controlled
Mhm.
scenario. She had her shows, she went on, she lip synced, and then she went back to the room and she was fine.
I want to bring up Aries Girl's point because she makes a
Mhm.
very good point that we all tend to forget. Brittany's breakdown was largely in part of how brutal paparazzi was, and that's absolutely correct. She
Hmm.
was
Mhm.
not strong enough to handle
Yeah.
the glare of that spotlight, and
Mentally, she couldn't handle it.
right, and she had a lot of pressure on her.
But when we talk about the Kardashians, you know whose model they got that model from? They got that model from Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez went out of style, if you remember, right before the Kardashians came up. Because Jennifer Lopez was done about, I say, 2005, 2006. And then Kim came about 2007, 2008. So it will be, and J Lo was like a good 10 years too. So
Mhm.
even with Nicki, it seems like 10. Listen, if they can do it another 5 years, have at it. But I think when you start to age, when you don't have anything that stands behind you, when you have to always be out in the present, they might not go away, but they definitely are not going to be in the forefront like they used to be.
But here's the thing, though: those like Jennifer Lopez and Nicki Minaj, so they're kind of like one trick ponies. Like you look at someone like Janet who can sing and dance and act, like legitimately do it well.
Janet who? Janet who? Janet. Janet who?
Janet
Janet.
Amanat Jackson. Don't play. We don't play with Miss Janet. We don't play with Miss Jackson over here.
Okay.
We don't play with her.
Okay. Okay.
So she been in the game 50 years. When you in the game 50 years, you didn't did something.
She
She
need a
could do a lot.
residency though.
Hmm?
She's another one I think should do a residency.
She's
No, Janet doesn't sound as well as she did before, and she's moving like.
It doesn't matter. You just lip sync. You're in Vegas.
You're right, but it's like I give it to Madonna. She's one person I give it to because Madonna just scares me, and people go see her all the time.
But I think Madonna now that she's like what 60.
Yeah,
I I'm just seeing like remember that I think I'm dating myself here, but remember that old Betty Davis movie, Where's Baby Jane?
yes, vaguely, but I
I
remember.
see that a lot with Madonna. Like, yeah. I want her
But
to get her stuff together and come
yeah,
back strong.
what do you think about Bravo? And I know Southern Charm's on tonight. No, I don't think so. What do you think? Do you think Salt Lake City is going to be better than Atlanta this season? Because I have a feeling it is, and that's
yes.
embarrassing.
I'm gonna put it
Mm-hmm.
this way. I'm here for Salt Lake City because they're new. First of all, let's be honest, and then they're all friends coming in together. And like I said on Adam's, I think it was Adam's show. I can see how they're all friends with each other, but you can see how it can go left so quickly. And I'm here for the leftness. I'm sorry, I just am. I'm
I'm
here for it.
ex- I'm excited about Salt Lake City. Now, when I first heard about it, I was Salt Lake City, what? But I think you guys, all the different bloggers, kept getting talking about it more and more, and getting me more excited. Now I can't wait for it to come on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
So
because
thank you.
you have Jen Shaw. She's the Tongan Mormon going to become a Muslim. You have Whitney. She had an affair with her boss, married him, had 2 kids. Now they looking at her crazy. You got what Lisa?
Mary Crosby.
Yeah.
No, we got Mary. I mean,
That's the only one I'm looking forward to.
Mary can Boo Boo Kins, like you Pentecostal in the Mormon area, but you out here marrying your step granddaddy. Hey,
Did you see
do
the
it.
clip of her in the church in her church choir
Yes,
robe with sequins on it and she's laughing? I can't
I
wait
was
to
like,
see her preach.
no. I was like, no.
You
Like,
know, that's one thing I was glad Atlanta didn't do. They didn't have religion. I don't know how I'm gonna like this religion mix in it. I'm gonna give it a chance, but
so
you know,
Bobby,
those Latter Day Saints, I'm not a fan.
I can help you. I can help you with that. So I think what you're doing, like a lot of people do, they're looking at Salt Lake City as religion. You have to look at the ladies within the religion piece because they're kind of like the black sheep of Mormon because they're either estranged from it, converted out of it. Mary's Pentecostal. Heather got divorced and then she's moved away from the church. So it's not really about Mormonism as it seems. It's about how they fit into and how society treats them.
So Jamal, are the cult rumors true about Mary Crosby?
I see. I don't know. I have to do some more digging because I'm like, wait a minute. If you marry a step granddaddy, I can't put nothing past you. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on that because the way they're talking is like they fleece people for all their money. Like they're giving they want them to worship them as prophets. I'm like, okay, you cool, and you married to your step granddaddy. We gonna have to watch you. We gonna have to watch you hard because you may come to your house and steal all your silverware. Nah, I can't have that.
Do you think, okay, so with Atlanta, because I am so not looking forward to this,
I'm not.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope they don't get an Orange County slap in the face because I was watching old seasons and I know Phaedra will never come back, but Phaedra's reads were so hilarious. Like they just need like I'm tired of Candy and I'm tired
Okay.
of Sid.
Okay.
They
Here's what
got it.
we. All right, now like, we can go in right now because here's what I think should happen. I'm gonna need Candy to become a producer of somebody's show. Her and Todd go handle that. You maybe Candy, Todd, and Funky Dineva can get that show that they tried to do years ago. Maybe Marlo's matured. Y'all get that together. Get Candy off the show. Then
Yeah.
Cynthia, you can keep Lake Bailey. We can film at Lake Bailey. We'll pay you for them days. Fine. You can pop in as a friend of the show. Cool. But go with Mike to LA or Rancho somebody. Get out there. Now I'm gonna need to bring Phaedra back. I'm gonna need Sheree back.
Mm.
I like Sheree because she's good. She's a good messy side piece to Phaedra. That's why I like her. That's why I like her there.
But the problem with Sheree is she should be on Love After Lockup because
Yes.
you know what?
True. Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. Go on the lobby. Go.
I don't understand Sheree. But then again, if you saw me on Geo, you saw how I told Chevelle how I felt about that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. You look crazy when you're dating somebody in prison. Like, there's no read you can give me because all I can say is, well, your man's in jail. Just let
Stop.
me.
Oh, your man's in jail. That's all I need. Your man's in jail. Oh, that's cold, but so true. But
Oh my
I just
God.
don't see Atlanta. It was from out this trailer. I'm like, what are you guys seeing that I don't see? Because what I
The,
see is like a couple of the cast that I would. Let me just write this down. I'm sorry. We need an all-star cast. We need Phaedra.
Phaedra, yeah. We need, you know what we need? We need somebody who's from Georgia and we need somebody with a bit more money. Because
Okay.
they even though they have prettier houses than most of the ones for the bracket they're in, we
Hmm.
need somebody who has money in Atlanta. We need
Hmm.
to see how that upper crust lives, and
Hmm.
I don't think we've ever really gotten it in Atlanta.
No, because okay, when the show first came on, if we go back, who do you think had probably had the most money on that show to start?
Lisa Wu or Deshauna?
Deshaun Snow,
Yeah.
and she got
Yeah.
booted after one season. What does that tell you?
No, but she wasn't interesting. There are women with money who are interesting.
Yes.
She was just, and then don't pick an athlete. Pick
No.
somebody who has money. They could do that too in Potomac because I know a lot of people in that DC area that is black that has like that coin, honey.
But do they want to be on a show like this?
It depends. You
That's
It
have to
my
find
depends.
thing.
you have to find somebody who wants to be famous because look at Beverly Hills. I'm sure nobody thought Adrian would want to be on that show.
Hmm.
Well, I think that if you get somebody too famous, they don't want to tell about themselves, or they're too guarded.
I get that, Angela, and I agree with you. Candy is the exception because Candy had fame before she got on the show. Candy was brought on that show because she had a name and they wanted to boost the ratings. And she was
She
cute. She was cute for the first 5 seasons, but she can go
she's a
now.
No, she
snore
wasn't
Oh,
supposed to
fest.
be
wait.
known.
Blavi, hold on one
What?
second. I want to go back to the girl from Beverly Hills. She's
Hmm.
the perfect person who wants to be on a show like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because she was promoting all of her family's businesses.
Hmm.
Yeah.
She was that if you can get that one percenter who wants to promote their stuff
Yeah.
and Bravo is not taking a piece of it,
Hmm.
then fine. But how many of those Adrians are there?
But that's
Right.
that's the casting's point. You're supposed to be going in these areas. You're supposed to be knowing who's who. You're supposed to be doing your job. This is why they get paid those six-figure salaries. I don't want to see. I don't know who casted Kenya, Warning, Kenya fans. Warning. To me, the problem with Kenya has always been this. She came on that show, and I was like, who are you? Because she was like, oh, I'm Miss America. You know, I thought she was Vanessa
Miss
Williams. I said, no,
USA. Miss
Oh,
USA.
I was like, isn't she lighter skin? I was like, no, that can't be her. Because, like, she came on the show, was like, look at my credits. What credits do you have? I mean, Elisa Ray and Auntie's Corner would be a better for woman than they have now. At least Auntie's Corner, they all had shows on television at one time.
I like Ken better.
And then is Mark coming back on the show, or are they finally getting a divorce?
he's well, according to the trailer, he's bucking for alimony, so he's already filed.
Mm. But I think with Kenya, I always wanted to like her, but I could never like her because Kenya's one of those people. I know if I was really on that show, we would have to lay hands, like they say, and we would have had to have a Monique and Candace situation the first day because I cannot tolerate a mouth like Kenya's. It's
Was I
funny,
the only one celebrating when Portia took her down at
yeah.
the reunion?
Hey Debbie, do we have anyone else in the back?
Nope.
No.
That's about it.
Okay, just dropped. I guess we dropped the link one more time since we're covering a
Yep.
lot of shows. Awesome.
But I wanna see because I feel like Atlanta has it.
Oh,
Because
wait.
like
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry. I'm sorry. I missed a couple of people. I'm just bringing everybody up. Come on in. My apologies. I didn't see you down there.
It's okay. I'm having fun.
Hey
Everybody,
guys.
Welcome, Aries Gal and Queen Cascade.
good
I hope
evening,
you're not
everybody.
Kenya fans.
Oh, dear.
uh-oh.
Oh, wait. We
Don't
lost
worry,
Aries.
man. It's all right. I don't mind seeing her from now and then, but now it's just got to a
But
point
then
where I've
I'm
had
not
enough.
a Portia fan either because Portia to me did like a 180 from when she was with her beard Cordell to when she got out of that abusive relationship and then, went to the bums, the 6 or 7 bums she dated throughout the seasons.
I mean, with Kenya,
No, we're talking Portia.
okay, with Portia, like for when she first came on the show, I'm like, I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm gonna need you to be honest and be real. I'm gonna need you just to put on the just slick back that ponytail, put on the cat suit because that's what you want to do. We know this was fake. We knew Cordell wasn't putting in that work and blowing out her back. Let's be honest. That was been going around Atlanta for years. So you wasn't getting it like that. You was unhappy.
She
That's just what it
loved that
was.
man. She loved that man 265 days a year.
But it was before that. Because my family lives in Detroit, and it was known that he got down like that. I mean, Cordell is for the streets, as they say.
In any street too. Any street, any corner.
Street, sidewalk.
I
I'm
think
not.
if she'd have got a baby out of the situation, because obviously, unfortunately, she had miscarriages, I think she might have stayed around a bit longer and probably played the role because she would have had another type of happiness and some other focus. But because it was her and him, and then everything that was escalating afterwards, it was going to come to a head because what else was there to keep them together? Especially as you got Atlanta spilling the tea and he's out there in the streets.
But are you season? Are you getting pumped for it?
No. No, I'm over it. I'm so over it. I'm just like, no.
Can I be honest? I'll probably watch the first 3 to 5 episodes, but then I may go back and rewatch seasons 8 and 9. I'm sorry. I'm not excited. They're going to probably drag this whole stripper gate. I'm like, and why is everything a gate now? I mean, I don't get it. Who cares? It's a stripper, and it's a bachelor party. It's not that deep.
I think because they've got nothing to focus on, that's why they're focusing on this, because of the pandemic and everything that's kind of happened, which kind of just blew everybody's minds in how, and then everybody was kind of thinking this is just going to be something for 2 weeks and we'll be able to get back to the program, and that didn't essentially happen. It kind of changed the whole game. I think they probably tried, but because they're not used to filming themselves in that way and different camera angles and all that kind of stuff. But I agreed with what you were saying earlier, Jamal, about although I like Candy and I like seeing the business aspect, she's been doing the business aspect a long time. Even if we go back to like Tag's Boutique and all that kind of stuff, she was one of the first and I respected it. Do you get what I mean? It took everybody a while to kind of get their lines, get their shots, try and do their thing. And she was sort of doing it from the beginning. I heard a rumor that they were supposed to be doing, and I don't know if it's true, but they were supposed to be doing on the new restaurant and OLG. So it makes sense to me that that what you said about Todd and the rest of the family, let them go over there. I agree with you about Cynthia. Yeah, she's been the in-between for how long, but it's like, we're ready for some fresh new blood. Like the last time you wasn't on when I said this before about bringing in fresh new talent into all of them, bar like people like Garcelle or people that have been there probably less than 2 years. I feel like all the old G's need to become friends and then bring in the new ones and show them how it's done. But I'd like to see if any of the old G's were to come back, I'd prefer seeing Lisa Vanderpump. Because she ain't been around for a hot second, and it'll be interesting to see what she's up to, what she's doing, how she's been traveling, and see if she's ready to start some drama with Renner and the rest.
Exactly. She's like, I'm refreshed. I'm over my tragedy. Like, I've worked through it.
And you know what else is boring? 90 Day Fiance. I mean, we gotta talk about the Chantal.
Okay, Bobby. Let me help you out with that. Here's the thing with 90 Day Fiance. We don't care. We know they're all fake. we just don't care. Like,
we don't anymore.
Brittany, I'm gonna start with Brittany. I'm going on Brittany and Yasmin because I knew it was fake from episode 6. Ma'am, you like old and rich. Yasmin is young and broke. That does not work for you. We know y'all fake. Tim and Melissa don't care about you because she just brought you down there to torture you, and you too stupid to realize it. Don't like you either. You can go home. Who else do I not care about?
Ariella.
Oh, now here's the thing with Ariella. She confuses me. And I need the panel to help me out with this. She said from episode 1 and 2 that she wants to raise her baby Jewish. She was bound and determined. I was with them like, you do that. But they want to do a circumcision, but you about to fall out on the floor? Isn't a bris supposed to happen within 8 days? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, in the Jewish community, they do that. So I'm kind of like, because of the fact. What was you going to say, Abalabi?
I'm going to say this. She doesn't understand the Ethiopian culture because they're Orthodox and they do circumcisions too. And I think there could have been a compromise with that. Maybe it's on the 8th day, but it's traditionally done with the way Bigman's side does it. There just needs to be a little bit more compromise between the two.
Aries Gal, what do you think?
I was going to say that there is an overlap in terms of Ethiopia, in terms of they both have Orthodox Christians, but they're also a large Jewish population in Ethiopia as well. So I'm pretty sure he's familiar with all of that situation. So they definitely could have made a compromise. But I just think she's just like a privileged white girl that just wants whatever she wants and how she wants it to be and likes exoticism.
Okay. Is there a couple? Do you have like a favorite couple on the show, or do you?
And 90 Day?
Yes.
No, from the beginning when we first started, there was, but then now it's all scripted and contrived. You can't have a favorite couple because Brittany was actually divorced before she started the show, and that was revealed. So this whole when she said that she wasn't divorced, that was a lie. Because there's court documents that said that when she was in Jordan, she was divorced already, and they're aware of that situation. So that's just for TV. We know Jenny and Submit, that hot mess, and how the years of trying to be on Catfish. But that was an interesting couple until you found out the truth about them. Right. And then the train wreck of Jay and Ashley is also very interesting to watch, but then that got scripted. No matter what, he's a gallus and he's gonna cheat on her and she's gonna be fine with it because she wants a young hot boyfriend.
Exactly. Stephanie, where are you at, Stephanie?
I know I came in so late.
It's fine. Like we're like okay, guys. Just so you know, we're over an hour, but we kind of just don't care because at this point we're
piss
having
off
fun.
Shan. We're gonna go a little longer.
I want to do all that. I missed all the OC and all the Real Housewife stuff, but I don't watch the 90 Day, so I'm just kind of listening to what you guys got. But I'm really excited for Southern Charm, and I'm dealing with the OC. I can watch it. I'm into it just because there's really nothing much to watch right now.
I mean, yes, I agree
Sound
with you.
off.
I mean, okay, Blobby, we're gonna go back to OC in a little bit, Stephanie, because there are some things that we need to talk about and cuss them out real quick. But Blobby, go in on 90 Day real quick.
Okay, let me just go in a little read. Ariella, you for the streets. You know what I think she really is feeling. See, Bigman's ex-girlfriend was so pretty, and I think Ariella was looking at her was like, she's like this. And so I think that's what that is. I don't believe it's the baby. I just believe that she sees, what he could be having. And, that's competition for any woman, no matter if you have his baby or not. And especially the way men are in general. We're just going to leave it like that.
Fair.
Now we're going to get into Jenny. Oh, this old garden too. She just does it for me. I don't understand how you are 60 years old and you have not learned to close your legs to marry men. When are you going to learn it? Shut.
Just like Ramona.
I mean,
my Lisa needs to stop playing games. Tim is your good Judy. You wanted to get on reality television. And you needed him to get on reality television. You not mad he's cheating on you with Daniel, Keith, Christopher. He don't like no woman. He don't want no woman. No, I'm not believing that. Now, yes, stop it with the drugs. This is not good to be all high on television, acting a fool, having Britney harass you. They're gonna pop you. Like you could die. This is not the Hunger Games where we say cut and then you're still alive. Like you're done. Final. Finished. We gotta stop this. Now,
okay, go ahead.
Who else is this?
I have a question, real quick. Is it wrong of me to want Kenny deported back to the United States?
Yeah. Oh,
it's wrong.
Kenny and Armando. Here we go. I was trying to like Kenny and I was trying to be supportive, but like he's the antithesis of the person that goes, "Can I talk to the manager?" You're in Mexico. They speak Spanish. They don't feel the same way about gay people. Get it together. You're 50 years old. You've been disrespected a lot in your life. I'm gonna need you to calm down. Take your Xanax. Pop the stone. Stop playing. Stop. Know your place with her child and get it together. Or hop your flight back to Florida and let him find somebody else. Because I'm not going through this. If this is love, he need to find somebody else. Is that it? Is there anybody else?
Wait, I have a question for Stephanie. Stephanie.
Yes.
Does Flavi make you want to watch 90 Day now?
She does. Almost not even want to watch it. I just like listening to her talk about it. That's why I tune in.
Oh my God.
You're amazing.
She is the highlight of
90 Day.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, like I just really want Kenny. Like I was with the Blobby. I really wanted to support Kenny and Armando. Like, you guys are going through a lot. It's great. You were like a real couple. But the more I see of Kenny in Mexico, I'm like, I just want you to kick out the country.
You know what? I have a question.
In the right place.
You got four kids. You can go stay somewhere. Get a couch. I mean, you and what's his name? Truffles? Y'all go stay somewhere because I'm going to need you to.
And that's the other thing with the dog. Even though I like dogs need to know their place. Dogs just jump on everything. the dog is either outside or
Yes.
the dog don't need to be a third person.
Hold on,
No,
Bobby.
the dog is
Hold
a
on.
senior citizen. It's like
Hold on.
29 years old.
Hold on, Bobby. Let's
See.
remember Jiggy. Remember Jiggy.
That
Hold
way,
on now.
that's why I would never go to a Lisa Vanderpump restaurant. I get tired of these old women using plates for dog food. That's unacceptable. You bring your plate from Crate and Barrel like everybody else. Put your little dog food on it. Clean that in your house and bring it back. I would never eat after a dog. No.
And also, we have to hit on Devin and Ji-hoon. I want them kicked off the show. I'm sick of both of them. And I'm mad. Here's what I'm really mad about. I am mad at Ji-hoon's friends. They threw him under the bus. There was no help. No, oh, that's not like Ji-hoon. He's never done this before. Like, no, yeah, he doesn't. He wastes money. He spends all his money like on a trash life. I'm like, what? Y'all can't be with me. I need friends who go ride him. Like, no, he's responsible. He saves some money.
I'm not vouching for
Not when he's
Ji-hoon.
making a fool out of them. Like, he's not a good representation of Korean men.
He's not, but you don't throw your friend out there to the wolves like that.
But I'm not vouching for nobody like Ji-hoon neither.
Debbie, we know you not. We know you not, Debbie.
Culture for Korean men. Bums come from everywhere in the world.
Thank you, Bobby.
What do you mean? There's Korean bums, there's American bums,
Yes.
there's Chinese, and all around the world. She was just a fool to not take a bum down the road and went 3,000 miles away.
His friends were a reflection of himself. So, and the thing is, we've been seeing Ji-hoon's friends for the last couple of years, and they've always said the same thing. Even when he was sitting in the restaurant, and he should have gone and checked the apartment. Bear in mind, I've OD'd on 90 Day Fiancé. I'm taking a break from it, so I haven't caught the last month and a half, probably. I've just been catching the clips. But from what I remember from Ji-hoon's friends, there've been unless something's changed, there've been no different in the fact of saying that he should have saved, that he's not prepared for his mother-in-law to come. They were laughing at him in the restaurant. So this is nothing new. And his friends are a reflection of himself, then you can see their personalities in him as well.
True.
Oh, I just have one more question. And this is for the family Chantel. So I was watching it, and I had to watch it a few times because maybe I wasn't getting it right, but I need y'all to explain it to me. So Antoinette, I thought she said she came off the plane and she said she was 2 weeks pregnant. Now, here's what's going through my head. Did she come off the plane? Has she been there? Because it sounded to me that she was sleeping around in the Philippines. She came here pregnant and miscarried. But then the way she was saying it was like they slept together and she didn't know how she ended up pregnant. I just need clarification of what happened because I thought I was losing my mind.
I thought it was the first one.
Okay.
I thought it was the way I took it was the first scenario.
Okay.
No, Family Chantel. Did we all watch Family Chantel or something?
Oh no.
I haven't got to it yet.
Yes.
No.
You just need to watch the last 5 minutes. Don't even watch the
when
whole
she was
thing.
crying?
Yeah, and she talks about River.
I gotta rewatch that.
Basically, she said she came to the United States and she went to the hospital and she was 2 weeks pregnant and had a miscarriage. But she didn't state how long she had been in the United States and if River was the daddy. Is his name River?
Wait, Royal.
No,
Royal.
Young brother.
Daddy or not.
That's next season when she get pregnant by River.
Stop it. I mean, like the Family Chantel, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but they kind of suckered me into it because I could see the cuckoo-ness, and I like the cuckoo-ness. So when I can see it, I'm cool. Like the mom, she wants to be Kris Jenner. We know that. Chantel wants to be Kim. Pedro gives me Scott Disick vibes. I thought Nicole was 19 years old. I really did thought she was 19, but when it said she was 25, I'm like, oh, really? Oh. I'm like, oh, did not see that coming, but okay. Alejandro, I kind of like him because he's
laid
honest.
back.
He's laid back. He was honest. He takes the photo. He always finds his light. I can appreciate that. He got his signature eyebrow shave. He's ready for the camera. So I appreciate that. I like Winter. Like, yes, you should have, but you should have been cussed out, Chantel.
It's not Chantel's fault. It's the parents.
Yeah, I agree. But Chantel knows how you. I mean,
Chantel needs to get better weave because I'm tired of seeing her hair look a mess every episode. You know, there's too many stylists in Atlanta for you to be going on television like that.
Her hair looks better than Miss Karen.
Be nice. Be nice. They just got their raise this year. They just got the Remy.
Miss Karen just got her first nice wig that doesn't look like screwed up.
Yes. Still got a little shift to the left,
but we don't work on it. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse. You better call Portia up, get you some of that yaki, and let's get it moving.
Or call Kenya and do like a little like cross sponsorship or something.
Yeah,
right.
Go naked hair is better.
I'm just saying. You gotta cross.
Know you a man, Kenya.
Cross pollinate.
Control. This was a model for her products, which she likes to model her own products. Can you see control freak? She's got narcissistic tendencies. Sorry, Kenya, but that's how I feel. So,
we'll go back to the OC. So
I agree.
Stephanie can talk.
Okay, Stephanie.
You can talk all Real Housewives.
Okay, Stephanie, I have a question for you.
What's
Do you think the girl's problem is Gina? The problem is Gina's broke? Or just that the house is too small? Because Gina's trying to make it out like y'all making fun of me because I don't have as much money. They not making fun of you. They know you broke.
Exactly. That's exactly the point I was making in the comments. I would be more offended actually about Shannon saying that it was just too much having all 6 kids in such a small place, and that she would never, and even Brodwin said this, that they would never, unless they were engaged or married, move in together with someone so soon. So more or less, they're attacking her character rather than her not having money, I feel. So I feel like that's even worse.
Can we go back to Brodwin for a minute? Because that was some shade, and I didn't really understand that. So you got to be engaged, but you got a whole nother person in your relationship, and that's okay?
It's that elitist mentality that
is the other person living in the boat? I'm not understanding, Brodwin.
So true.
I don't think it's Gina's financial situation. I don't care that she's poor. I don't care that she has a small house. I just care that she's boring. She had a storyline.
She really
had a storyline. It wouldn't matter to me. But this is her 3rd year, and she's never got past being boring.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm
just drinking
on it. Is she poor people rich or broke people rich?
She's
let me tell you what it is.
Yeah.
You live in England, right?
Yeah.
So you know how I don't know what part you are in, but you know how you go outside of London and where the Caribbean people wear, and you know how they have like what we would call townhouses. That's what essentially Gina is living in, and it's essentially the same thing. And it's a 3-bedroom with 6 kids.
Is it similar to what Kim Zolciak first had when she was on Atlanta?
Yeah. No, but Kim's is bigger. Hers is about half that size. Hers is big. Hers is about half Kim. It's about 1,600 square feet. I don't know how many that's in kilometers. But yeah, it's
1,600. Yeah.
It's small for as many kids as she has.
Okay.
So it'd probably be like 1 floor of where Kim lived.
Okay.
So Queen, what it is with the real estate, like it's expensive where she lives, but had she moved a little bit further out, maybe like 5 to 10 minutes or so driving wise, she could have got a much more suitable property for her money and her kids and her fiance or whoever he is. That's the issue. But what Gina's trying to do is spin it on the girls, saying, "Oh, you guys are picking on me because I don't have as much money as you." And Shannon even said, like, "No, we're not. Of all of us, you're the only one who owns anything. We're renting."
Well, do you think she was deflecting there, like just trying to change it so she didn't look bad?
Yes.
Are they all renting though?
Yes.
Doesn't Emily own her house?
That's probably Shane's mama's house, but I digress.
She shouldn't buy. I don't see a problem with her buying a 3-bedroom because it's only hers. And you know, he could leave tomorrow, and she would end up with that big house with just her and their 3 kids.
True,
So
but
The issue is
unless he was going to pitch in, unless they were going to buy it together, she shouldn't invest in a big house.
I think that Gina should rent out that house simply because
Yes.
Gina does not work. And then have Bravo pay her rent like they do with everybody else.
right.
Agreed.
That was my thing. Like, why would you buy when Bravo's paying their rent? I'm just
I was
saying.
about to just ask that question. It would have made sense if she's further out than everybody else, just like the Potomac's. What's her name? Madame.
Karen.
Yes, that's her name. It would have made more sense for them to rent, and then you go back to wherever it is that you live in, and in the meantime build up and accumulate more wealth and get your credit together. If she's in that kind of bad finance.
And my question was, did she meet this guy before she bought the house or after? And even so, like you said, if it was after, rent it out, get something bigger, put your money together.
It sounds like she
that.
might have met him in between transition. That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
But maybe I'm wrong, and you guys can disagree with me. But I really wouldn't want someone living with me in my paid for property
First paid for.
who I'm not married to.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
agree.
me. You would need to contribute something. I'm not talking about no bills. You need to do something because that's a lot to take on with your 3 kids and then his 3 kids, and they're actually living there.
I don't agree with that. I agree if I don't like it because she's a woman. I'm going to say it. I'm very sexist. If it was a man paying for a woman with her 3 kids, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I do not like a woman paying for a man and his children. That bothers me. And that's why, and it's a double standard. And I know people are going to call it out, but I said what I said and I stick to it.
Here's the thing about it. I'm with you on that. No,
I've been paying for men my whole life. I'm done.
But no, why am I inconveniencing me and my kids and bringing in you and your kids, and you're not contributing anything to this?
That's my point.
I agree with you. They should go and get someplace together and rent it while she rents out her house, and she keeps that money in the kitty to pay for maintenance, property taxes, anything like that comes up for it, you know. But honestly, I would not be inconveniencing my children and risking, because she's still trying to get divorced, isn't she?
She's divorced.
She's fully divorced?
Yeah, but she got like 0 settlement though. Her settlement was really bad.
Settlement. She
it was
got
bad
$20,000,
though.
Right. He lost his job, so he can't give her anything. And she's now the breadwinner.
Got it. So she's doing it to help him out.
So then I definitely wouldn't be bringing in a boyfriend and 3 kids to inconvenience my kids, and money is questionable. Like my future earnings are questionable.
Yeah,
unless she wants to become like the next Kim Zolciak with like 8 kids and an RV.
Is she engaged to this guy? So she's married to somebody else.
No, they're just dating. Let me see what it says. Give me 2 seconds.
They're just dating. She met him. She met him after she got a divorce. And then they moved in together. They both have 3 children. First of all, the children have to stay there a considerable amount of time because she converted the 2 bedrooms. They have bunk beds and then 1 bed. So they have 3 kids in 1 bedroom and 3 kids in the other bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah, because so it says here, she is happier than ever as she moves into her new townhome with her boyfriend Travis and their combined 6 children. Get out of here.
No, I'm like this. Okay. She's just come out of a marriage. You've gone into another relationship with some dude. He's got 3 kids, fair enough. But for the moment, get over and repair the fact that you've come out of this marriage like it tends to be majority, like 90% of the time, that your first relationship after your divorce is a rebound. It's you getting back into the pool, and sometimes you're picking the same thing that you've just come out of. And really and truly, you should be spending time with your pitney. For those who don't know what pitney means, it's Jamaican for children.
Yeah.
You should be spending time with your children. You should be getting them on an even keel. Never mind about bringing in 3 extra kids, another male role model, and you're still trying to work out the dynamics and what previously happened. Nah, I'm not about it.
Oh, and then it's more to it. Her ex-husband was reportedly abusing her, allegedly. And that's why, and that's what she said. Then then she moved into another house because her ex-husband paid for everything. He was cheating on her. She knew he was cheating on her. Everybody on the franchise knew, and nobody said anything.
Another bit, basically.
So Lola says, I disagree, Jamal. Gina has complete control, and I'm sure he contributes to the household. Women have been left out in the cold in the past. She can pack his clothes and still have a home. I'm not bashing her for having a home. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. If you are going to get a place and have a man and his 3 children with your 3 children, why not do the sensible thing and move a little bit farther out and buy a bigger property with your money,
but
and then do it that way?
Too. Because even if they break up, those laws of evicting people in California, because it's so long that you live together where you have to take him to court and evict them. And if he's not making money like this, she could potentially break up with him and he still be in her house.
No, but okay. What I'm saying is, sorry to cut people off, but what I'm saying is, the crux of my issue is the size of the place. Why get a place that's small? That is all I am saying. You have made the decision.
She only has to take care of her children. You don't get a place based on a man and his children.
But he's living there, though. No, he's not. They're not staying overnight. He's living there. This is what it says. She moves into her new townhome. She's moving in with her boyfriend and his 3 kids. That is my whole point. Why do that?
Because if they get a place together, they can still break up. That creates an issue of where do you go next? Because somebody would have to get evicted.
But they're moving into this place. They're moving in 1,600 square feet. My point is not the moving in. My point is the size of the place. That's it.
Can I ask how old are the children? How old are the children?
Under 10.
Under 10.
Okay.
So do we know if his kids are there all the time? They're permanent?
It says Gina faces new challenges as she struggles to homeschool the kids while facing criticism. I mean, he could have shared custody, but that is a good point. It may not be there they may not be there all the time. That's still space that you could use for something else. I'm just saying. I'm all
How's
about
the
comfort.
rooms divided between the kids?
You said
yeah, it's 2 rooms. There are 3 beds in each room. So both rooms have bunk beds and they have 1 room. Now, this is the other issue I have. The children, there's a boys' room and a girls' room, correct? But all the children that are staying in the room are not related.
That's the thing with me. I'm particularly with children. I feel like children, you need to get as much room for the children as you can afford. And with her situation, I get like you bought your place. I'm happy, but it's just like if you knew who was moving with you, why get something so small? But at least she owns it. And I like the whole renting out thing too. I really, really like that. Rent out your place and do something else.
I mean, if I was considering a serious relationship with that person, and I'm seeing the fact that it's going to head towards marriage, it's a conversation I would have with that person. But if you're transitioning and I'm just thinking about me and my kids, and that suits me and my kids, then it would make sense to go for that option. So,
I get it.
Does he even have a job?
Say that again.
No.
Sorry.
Doesn't even have a job.
If he doesn't have the job, if he doesn't have a job, I'm sorry. He's gonna have to go find something at McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, go
Maybe
start a
that's
car wash, do
Uber
something in the
Eats.
meantime, sell something on eBay, Depop or something. You know what I mean? Gotta get
Or
a
Uber.
We don't
Yeah.
know. We have to leave that we don't know because we haven't met the boyfriend yet.
Okay.
True. We haven't met him yet. We just see him in the trailer.
Have
Well,
you met?
didn't you go to the lawyer's office with her?
I don't know because I don't even know who she's dating, to be honest.
His name is
I
Travis,
just-
and he's a nerd.
When
He's
my
a
what?
kids,
He's
He's
a
a
what?
nerd, she says.
A
He's
when
nerdy
nerd.
my
sexy.
kids, when my
So he
kids were
plays video.
little, my girls shared a bedroom, but I can't imagine having 3 kids in each room. That and if I know if what I'm thinking, those rooms aren't that big.
I don't know.
Yeah, for 1,600, I can't see it being that big. So
Yeah.
I hope she
Okay,
works it out.
guys, we're gonna wrap it up because I'm getting text from Shan. So we're gonna do final thoughts. Ablavi, my dear Ablavi, I'm gonna let you go
Final
first.
thoughts. Okay, so I'm gonna still tell you the married story. Don't want to tell you yet.
We're planning a show
But
for that.
okay.
So hold it in the lockbox. We're planning a show for it.
It is so not even going in. I'm excited for reality shows. I actually heard Family Karma got a second season. Why? But it should be interesting.
Oh, I'll give it another go.
I like
like
Family
Family
Karma,
Karma.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
Aisha was good.
Yes. Yeah. So
and Bali.
that's it. So we're gonna
Yeah.
definitely have you in for when we do that dating show, yes? So you can tell us
Okay.
your story.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. See you next time. Hey Angela, you're up next. Final thoughts.
I I swear that every time when Lisa Vanderpump left, I swore I'd never watch Beverly Hills again. And I swear that I'm just going to be in for a few episodes of OC. And I watched them all. And I'm sure that I'll watch all of Atlanta. I watched Dallas, for God's sake. That I am a housewife addict, so I'll stay there as long as they're making them.
Aw, well, thanks for calling in, Angela. I really appreciate it. And for putting up with me trying to figure out how to do all this stuff tonight.
At least you let me go pee. Thank you.
All right, my love. You have a wonderful evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. Queen Cascade, my love, how are you tonight? Last thoughts.
I don't even know what to say. I've just enjoyed seeing you guys converse. I think Kris Jenner needs her head examining. She's one of those typical stage moms that because she wasn't successful as a child, because she wasn't successful as a teenager, she wanted Playboy. She's kind of pushed certain things. I can understand capitalizing on certain things, but pimping your daughters out, really? Really? No, not about it. Not about it.
It's like,
I'm going to enjoy the downfall. I'm going to enjoy Burn Baby Burn. That's where I'm at with that. That's where I'm at.
God.
That's
I
all
have
I'm
to say, but I agree with a lot of that.
sorry.
Right.
Have you known in what, 20 years? How
Yeah.
long have you been of Kardashians? At one point, my sisters were so into this thing. I'm hearing it in my sleep, the script and stuff. No, enough. Let's move on. Everybody else has their time in reality TV. Rest in peace, Kardashians. Time to move on. That's where I'm at.
Well said. So we'll see you on the next show.
No problem, guys. Good night.
Thank you. Night.
Bye.
Okay. Aries gal. I saved the best for last. What are your final thoughts on tonight?
Well, I'm glad I finally made it through. I had Wi-Fi problems, so that was my issue. And
I
also,
thought it
I
was
didn't see an
me.
Instagram post, so I was waiting for that. So I was so shocked when I was on YouTube and I saw y'all live. so I missed the beginning part. But I do want to say, from my earlier comment about Britney Spears and the paparazzi, it's not just the paparazzi. You had people like Perez Hilton, who was extremely terrible during that time for celebrities, and how disrespectful he was to female celebrities.
I remember
And
that. It
how
was
he would
huge.
persecute Lindsay, Britney, Paris all the time, and how that also contributed. And even Miley Cyrus, he's the one that actually posted her nudes and she was underage. So it's like you have this environment during that time that was very toxic, and then you add in reality TV. It just made everything invasive and make people not be held accountable for what they did to the people who were quote unquote famous. So their breakdowns is expected. And then for Real Housewives of Atlanta, the season is gonna be lackluster, no matter how much they try to jizz it on up. But unfortunately, we already know that Kenya, as much as she's gonna try to be the leader and supreme, she really doesn't give that much, because we already know her husband doesn't want her. He doesn't want to be with her. He has been so far away from the camera. You can see how he detests her. Like, there's a way that Caribbean men operate around their women if they like them, and if they don't like them, and clearly he don't like her, because the way he operates, he would never do that. And then you have this whole storyline that she made up to the blogs to touch upon Portia and Tanya, because she still has the vendetta against Tanya. So it's understandable if Tanya's like, okay, I want to do a cease and desist and distance myself, because this lady has already tried to do it last season with bringing the cookie lady, and now she's trying to say I'm a lesbian because me and Portia are best friends and do all this other thing. And it's like, how many storylines are we going to do a sex scandal? You did it with Beverly Hills. We saw how that didn't work out with Denise. Like, you made fans more upset than you actually made them interested. So it's like, why would you want this with Atlanta, especially when you already have Portia that is supposed to be doing her whole social justice, and then you want to bring this up? It's kind of like, oh, and then we already know Atlanta has certain issues with coming off homophobic. So the way and how the storyline is going to be painted is going to be very interesting, because when it comes to certain lesbianism, bisexuality, they're very negative, even though they love to use the lingo of the community. So it's very,
or even
I don't see it being that good. And then Candy just needs to go. I'm sorry. I completely agree. She's boring. Her show, it's really her mama Joyce that you really want to see what smart things she's going to say about Todd. That's really what you're interested in, because Candy doesn't do anything.
Oh my God. I didn't watch last season. Now I don't even know if I'm going to watch this season.
I don't think I am. I'll be honest. I think, like I said, I may watch 3 to 5 episodes, give it a shot, and then turn on reruns of seasons 8 and 9. I mean, I'm just not moved by the cast.
I don't think Nene would do anything either to make it better.
She
Because
would.
I think Nene is already boring. She's been boring for the past seasons. Just that it was more interesting when everybody's attacking her, because it gives us something to watch. Because you're like, all of them are ganging up on one person. However, and Nene can withstand that, because it's Nene. She doesn't really care. She'll go below the belt. It doesn't matter to her. But she doesn't, her storyline itself, it was very sad and depressing with Greg. And then what else does she have? Her fashions are not good at all. So it's just like, we don't want to see her swag boutique. That doesn't give nothing to us. And then her children, oh God, that drama. We don't need to see that either.
No.
So it's like Nene being gone doesn't matter, because it will lack luster. And Latoya's not even a housewife. She's going to be a friend of the show.
She's going to be a friend, yep.
Which I think that is very interesting for how she, remember in the beginning how she was going off of Nene?
It's because of her. I think it had a lot to do with that live she did with her soon-to-be ex-husband. I think that was the catalyst.
Permission for the kids to be on it.
So after she went off on him on that live where she ambushed him, because I saw the live. I'm not surprised he wouldn't give permission.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But then I feel like, don't other people don't show their children though?
Well, I think with her, I think when you are a full-time wife, I think you have to show your whole life versus a friend. That's why Sutton didn't get her diamond, because her ex wouldn't allow her kids to be filmed.
Okay. But why put her in a trailer then? And you don't put the other girl.
She's gonna be a friend.
Fabiola?
Oh, Fallon.
Oh, that's her name.
Fallon. So Fallon, from what I've read, she was like a late addition to the show because they anticipated Drew Sidora being out due to an injury during filming. Oh. But it appears that Drew's going to film the whole season. So Fallon was like that first backup plan.
And even Drew looks boring.
She tried. She gave me like knockoff Mariah vibes. but I like her. I kind of like her though.
I like her as an actress. I just can't take her out as a
Mariah who?
To be a real person.
Mariah Huck?
Mariah Huck, yeah.
Oh. I don't know how to take that.
You don't like Mariah?
I like Mariah in small doses.
Right.
Quad is worse though.
Oh yes.
That's why I got tired of both of them. Them always going at it season after season over the same thing. So I got tired of both of them because they canceled each other out for me.
Yes, Miss Quad. She got it. She got it. And then they fell out.
Oh.
But I did like her flashcards at the reunion though. I like that.
And you know, Miss Quad, she's very, very busy because the people just want to know what she's doing. Miss Quad, yes. I'm like, okay.
That's
Quad was just too much. And you know she did him dirty. So it's like he might have cheated, but she was doing sketchy stuff too.
It's I always say with the relationship when they break apart, it took two of y'all to break this apart. You did something and you did something.
I think it's just because she was the first one to like give that jab first by showcasing all of his messiness on the show and trying to make herself look like, oh, I didn't do anything. I was just sitting here and he did all of this to me. Like, remember when they did the counseling session at the couples counseling at their house? Like, she just piled everything on him. And he looked like he was totally blindsided by that. He was like, wait, I thought we was just gonna like do a regular counseling session. Like, I think she went a bit more deeper than he was anticipating, and he had no comeback whatsoever.
Right.
She plays victim very well.
Yes.
Because she likes to center herself as if she is like everyone else is doing something to her. And if she's even reacting, it's because they're doing it to her. But it's like you're not thinking of how you responded or how you operate. It's almost like the Monique situation. It's like you're trying to see everyone else's fault, but you don't want to really see your fault because you just feel like you're right. And that's a problem. They need to fix that. But I know you said we're going to leave, so I'm going to leave. Is it tomorrow?
We are canceling tomorrow because Shan is a little under the weather, but we'll be back for Friday's deep dive.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And listen, this was a quick 15-minute tutorial for me to figure out how to do all of this. So I really don't want to punish you again for tomorrow morning. So we'll come back stronger and better on Friday.
Okay. See you on Friday.
See you Friday.
All right, my dear.
Bye.
Have a great night.
You as well.
Oh my God.
So
we got it. Shan is
did.
texting me.
I know. It's just like
I'm blaming you.
You know,
I'm blaming you and the blobby.
But you know, like how we get when we start talking and conversating. This is what we do. We can't help ourselves, even though we gonna figure it out. We gonna figure it out. We may have to do. We probably. I think in the interest of the chat, I think we're gonna have to like split up our lives, like 45 minutes. We'll figure it out. We always go over an hour.
This was just a one-off because Shan was away.
Right.
You know, Jamal and Debbie decided to play and run extra long.
Yeah, we should not be the timekeepers.
No, especially if we don't know how to use this thing.
Right. That too. So I'll end with this. With Atlanta, I just want them to just get rid of the whole cast except for a couple people. You can keep Portia. You can keep. Who was on the show? Shit. Oops, sorry. Portia. No, I'm thinking Portia. Okay, Portia, and Kenya. I need you keep those two. Make the rest friends and bring me some other people. Like bring me someone bring me like a top real estate agent in Atlanta. Bring me like a woman who's in charge of her own business. You
The
know,
lady that advertises on Tasha K. That's all I know.
I know who you're talking about. Bring me like somebody who is an executive with like maybe the Atlanta Falcons or an executive with the Atlanta Hawks. You know, bring me like someone like that. They probably won't want to come on the show, but
no one wants to tie themselves to these franchises when they're behaving like this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true. But like, we can hope. We just need a little something though. Just a little something. I can't see like Candy like start another business with Todd. I can't see Mama Joyce ragging on Todd. I can't see Kenya snapping out on people and making up storylines. There's only so many seasons I can take.
I know. But hopefully Salt Lake City will give us something new to salivate over.
It will.
And that's my final thought for tonight, other than, oh my God, we're a minute 45. I mean, sorry,
we gotta go.
Yes, we have to go.
Love you guys.
Great tonight. See you on Friday.
Love you.